Graduation and Recognition Day is the culmination of all hard work and a year of study. It is a day when our dear students can say, yes, we've made it. It is the most important date in our academic calendar, for it is a day when we gather and celebrate success. Indeed, it is a celebration amidst the pandemic that we are facing. Dynamic school officials, viewers, unrelenting mentors, beloved parents, dear graduates in our youth, welcome to the 3rd Senior High School Commencement Exercises and Recognition Program of ISPSC Santiago Campus with the theme ISPSC at 22, Achieving Quality and Excellence through Innovation and Internationalization. To formally onset today's program, may we all feel the presence of God through a doxology to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and ASEAN Hymn.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. embrace. I am yours, and you are mine.
Raise our flag high, sky high, embrace the pride in our heart. As in we are born as one, looking outward to the world. For peace now go from where there is love, and for prosperity to last. We dare to dream, we dare to share together for us now. We dare to dream, we dare to share for this the way of us
Our school officials headed by Dr. Rogelio T. Galera, OIC, Office of the SUC President 3, to our beloved campus administrator, Dr. Adela G. Estranero, dynamic teachers and staff, dear parents, fellow graduates, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2020 commencement exercises of the Ilocos Polytechnic State College, Santiago campus. Not in a conventional graduation venue and ceremony, and presently not in a very ideal situation of the world being at war with the COVID-19 pandemic. Still, I am certain that all those gathered here today virtually share the same tremendous pride and happiness as we celebrate online the most significant event in a student's life, and that is none other than graduation. Today, our graduation is a tribute to everyone who held our hands when we were starting our academic journey and needed their support. A tribute to those who took care of us in our daily school undertakings. A tribute to those who never left our side to ensure that we are guided and loved along the way. Today, it is us who held our caregivers' hands with overwhelming gratefulness, reminding them that everything will be okay and that we are moving on to the next chapter of our life to fulfill further our goals and to live out our dreams. Thank you, dear teachers, for the knowledge you have given to us and all those lessons that you have shared with us. Our alma mater, Ilocos Polytechnic State College, Santiago campus, taught us the values that we need in order for us to face the future without fear. Thank you, dear parents and guardians, for your sacrifices, for the constant guidance and never-ending support. We may not have made it this far if not because of you. Thank you for all that you've done and all that you've continuously doing for us. We, the graduates, are the result of your love and dedication. And so, my dear parents, honored guests, in behalf of the graduating class, it is my pleasure to welcome you to witness this year's virtual graduation ceremony. Classmates, fellow graduates, congratulations to us, and I wish all of us good luck for the coming years in our lives. May the years to come be kind to all of us, and may God and His wisdom continue to bless us with success. Thank you very much. Once again, welcome and good day.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the 78 senior high school candidates for graduation of ISPSC Santiago campus, broken down as follows: 45 males and 33 females who successfully completed the requirements for graduation batch 2020. Sir, for your confirmation.
By the power and authority vested upon me by the Board of Trustees of the Ilocos Sur Polytechnic State College, these 45 males and 33 females of the ISPSC Santiago campus who have satisfactorily completed the secondary course prescribed by the Department of Education. I, Dr. Rogelio T. Galera Jr., in my capacity as OIC President of ISPSC, do hereby declare you graduates of the Senior High School Batch 2020. Congratulations! Congratulations and cheers to the graduates and parents of Batch 2020. Dear students, planning for your graduation exercises during this extraordinary time is probably one of the heartbreaking journeys that we, your administrators, had to go through. We had a feeling of melancholy as we felt too the frustration of you not being able to celebrate as usual this milestone. But even if our lives were upended by this global pandemic, our aspiration for you to experience this very important occasion is bigger than COVID-19, and our great desire will never be diminished nor hindered by coronavirus. Despite the pandemic, we do not want this academic year to pass us by without recognizing your efforts for a job well done. You deserve to be recognized. You deserve to be lauded. Bill Kien, an American cartoonist, noted for his long-running newspaper comic series entitled The Family Circus, is attributed for this insightful saying, which was even more popularized by the movie Kung Fu Panda. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. Yesterday is already a part of history. We cannot turn back time. But how should we look at the past? The answer is gratitude in action. To express gratitude in words is very easy, but to express gratitude in action is a challenge, and as a matter of fact, it is an invitation to humility. Gratitude in action is an invitation to humility when, after all that you have been through, the sleepless nights of studying, the pains and tears which you and your parents have to undergo through to make both ends meet for you to accomplish this feat, the sacrifices which you needed to do, and moments when you almost had given up, lead you to the realization that everything is grace. That everything which happened is God's mercy. How can painful moments be God's mercy? Those were the times, according to the poem, Footprints in the Sand. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you. You'd walk with me all the way, but I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you the most, you would leave me. He whispered, "My precious child, I love you and I will never leave you. Never, ever, during your trials and testings, when you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you." Gratitude in action is realizing that everything is God's grace and mercy. Gratitude in action is also, in our Filipino language, pagtanaw ng utang na loob. To express gratitude in action is to remember the people and circumstances who and which contributed to where we are and who we are now. Remembering our past is not only an act of recalling, but compels us to act to return back the goodness and unconditional love to the people who have helped us along our way. As you close the chapter of your high school journey and set yourself to face another episode in your lives as college students, we remind you that education, coupled with determination, are still the keys to a brighter future. There are no shortcuts to success. As the saying goes, nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa tao ang gawa. We encourage you to dream big. Imagine the kind of life and future you wish to have. Vividly picture in your mind the realization of your ambitions for yourself, your parents, and your families. Dream big. But as you dream, work for your dreams to come true. Strive to make your ambitions a reality. Use your dreams as your motivation to keep moving forward. Let your dreams fuel your passion and commitment to have a grip of the success you desire through hard work, industry, willpower, and faith. Dreaming alone cannot make us successful, but working for the dream to be a reality works. Allow the experiences of the past and of yesterdays to inspire you at present as you prepare for tomorrow. Gratitude in action makes us dream and work for our dreams to come true, not only for ourselves, but most especially for the ones we love dearly. Dear graduates, gratitude in action also compels us to make our parents proud of us. But dear parents, as we pray for the successes of our children, let us not lead them thinking that wealth, fame, accolades, and social status are the only measures of success. The real measure of success is when we were able to fill our children's hearts with love and care for others. The real success of parents is when their children grew up to be persons rather than just mere people. That is, if they were able to live the values we taught them to possess. How many of our youth today still do the mano po gesture as sign of respect for the elderly? How many of our students and graduates are still courteous enough to greet their superiors when they meet them? How many men still offer their seats to women in a crowded bus? These are simple questions, but with difficult justifications for answers. These lead us to the need to look at how we are living at the present times. Our current situation tells us to revisit our core values as persons. Our core values such as honesty, respect, kindness, integrity, fear of the Lord, love of country, among others, are being blurred by a culture of materialism, where material possessions and physical comfort are more important than those which are for eternal. The words of Christ in Mark chapter 8 verse 36 reminds us, "For what shall it profit for a man if he gains the whole world and lose his own soul?" In your quest for success and honor, dear graduates, Always remember that there are things which money and success can never buy. Do not allow the temptations of this world to have you sacrifice your future with your actions of today. Your dignity as persons is more valuable than wealth and prestige. Think wisely, act wisely. Second, we can redefine the present by reviving the sense of altruism. What is altruism? For some, it is their first time to hear this word. I would not be surprised if that is so, because aside from altruism is not often heard today, it is also not practiced much anymore. Altruism means having selfless concern for the welfare of others. It is the principle and moral practice of concern for happiness of other human beings, resulting in a quality of life, both material and spiritual. One of the reasons why we do not speak of this word anymore is that there is an unconscious growth of the culture of indifference. To be indifferent is to lack interest, sympathy, or concern for others. To be indifferent is to be a person who's always walang pakialam. Third, to redefine the present, we ought to remember that we live today not for the sole purpose of today. We must remember that there is life after this life. What you will be in the future all depends on what you will do today. Allow me to expound the third point using Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem entitled A Sum of Life. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and the things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. No enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end of way. But to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb-driven cattle. Be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act, act in the living, present, heart within, and God o'erhead. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints in the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor to wait. How do you want to be remembered later in life, dear graduates? Eleanor Poe, an American artist, tells us, what we are is God's gift to us. What we become is our gift to God. Use today as your investment for what you will reap tomorrow. Use today to make tomorrow better and brighter. Use today to show God that you have valued the gift of life He gave you by serving others. To redefine the present is to revisit our core values. To re-envision today is to revive the sense of altruism. To redefine the present is to remember that there is life after this life. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. As we honor you today, we also honor your parents and family members who have unceasingly contributed to your success. It is said that the happiness of children is the greater happiness of their parents. The painful setbacks and experiences of children are the greatest pains in the hearts of parents. The success of children is the greatest success of parents. In reality, from the moment we were born in this world until their last breath, The prayers and efforts of our parents are no longer for them alone, but for us, their children. As you receive accolades and words of congratulations, do not forget the people who never left you in spite and despite the many challenges you have to go through for you to reach this moment in your lives. To the parents, guardians, family members, and friends of our graduates, your sacrifices have paid off. In the same manner, your teachers and school administrators also deserve a share in your success. As your second parents in this institution, they too have exerted their means to equip you with these life skills you need for you to reach your dreams and aspirations. Now, they too are in an inexplainable joy of welcoming you to the world of higher education. Our current situation brought about by the pandemic is an invitation for all of us, especially for you as novice future specialists, to look for ways to provide humanity with assistance in and possibilities of transforming the life according to the demands of the new normal of our evolving ecosphere. Use your potentials, creativity, and innovativeness to make today and the future safer, livable, and more conducive for the generations who will come after us despite uncertainties. Congratulations and all the best, Batch of 2020.